10th annual She Rocks Awards, Chelsea Metal Magnitude, here with the wonderful Lyndsey Parker. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm in a good mood. I'm ready to celebrate in person, inside. It's going to be a good time.
Absolutely, and you're in your dual role as both red carpet host and honoree tonight. So what are your overall thoughts with that?
I'm in two places at once. I'm able to clone myself because apparently the live stream of the YouTube red carpet is happening right now as I stand here. Maybe I might have shot some of it in advance. But yeah,
Nobody has to know that.
I've had some hosting capacities. This is the fourth year I've been involved with She Rocks in some kind of hosting capacity. But this is the first year I'm getting on, and probably I assume the only year I'm getting honored. Once is enough. But yeah, I'm getting an award this evening, which is like, what? What is life? How's that happening? It's so cool, though. I'm so grateful.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. That's super exciting. Now, you've paved quite the path for yourself in music journalism, and as a music journalist myself, I'm very curious to know what drove you to music journalism and also advice you would give to anyone looking to get into it.
People keep asking me for advice, and you think I'd have something to say, and I'm always like, I don't know. What drove me to it? Well, I always was super into music from when I was a little kid. I was good in English class. I was a creative writer, poetry, whatever. For some reason, it didn't really dawn on me I could marry my love of writing with my love of music until I was in my later teens when fanzines came around, and I was reading a lot of fanzines like Ben is Dead, and there was this catalog called Fact Sheet 5 where you could order all these specialty fanzines, and fanzines were kind of like, I guess what kids now would, blogs or whatever, like it was or Tumblr, and I decided to start my own fanzine, and I schlepped it around to coffee houses and record stores and clubs and gave it away for free. And it kind of became my DIY entry into writing. And I got to interview a lot of big people like Gene Simmons and Weezer and the Buzzcocks and just Urge Overkill. It was the 90s, obviously. But that's how I got into it, is sort of stumbling into it. I was working at a record label, and one of my jobs there, it was an indie punk rock record label, was to book ads in small fanzines. So I got sent all these fanzines to look at, and I was like, oh, I could do this. And then that sort of became, once I realized writing was what I wanted to do, that was sort of like my clip sheet, basically. People would be like, can we see some samples of writing? I'm like, here you go.
All right here.
Yeah, so I really like the fact that I came from fanzine beginnings, because it makes me sound like I'm kind of punk rock or something, I don't know. That was a good time. It was a really good time to be sort of, there were no rules. There still aren't. The internet is changing. That's actually the advice. Okay, now I know. The rules keep getting rewritten. Every industry, but particularly entertainment, where like as recently as maybe even 10 years ago, social media was not what it is. Instagram and Twitter were not what. TikTok did not exist. Vine has already come and gone. So, and a lot of the podcasts were not a thing. Podcast is a kind of recent thing, last 10 years. So I've tried, and there are a lot of people, particularly older people, I'm not trying to sound shady, but there are people that don't want to adapt. They're like, no, that's for the younger generation, or I don't need to learn that. And that's how you kind of make yourself obsolete. So I would give advice to anyone, whether they're a college student, high school student, someone in their 40s, 50s and up, like, be nimble, be flexible, be open to new things, and adapt to the new technology, adapt to the new trends in the music business, even if there are ones that you feel a little bit resistant for. Don't automatically write stuff off, because you'll write yourself out of the picture if you do. And that's what I tried to do. I started in fanzines, and now I work for SiriusXM and the internet and podcasts, so who knew?
That's awesome. That's phenomenal advice. I love to hear it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, Chelsea.
Super excited to be here with Katie Daryl today. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, right? There's so many great women surrounding us. What an evening.
Yes, 10th annual She Rocks Awards. It is super exciting, and you are co-hosting today. So what are you most excited to see happen in there tonight?
Okay, so there are going to be some performances tonight that literally I'm getting goosebumps just waiting for. Seriously, the talent that's going to be up on that stage, it is just going to blow your mind.
Now, you have had an awesome career as a woman in the music industry, hosting, producing, doing so many interviews and stuff, and you've kind of found a home at Access TV as well, where you've had a lot of awesome shows. So what have been some of the most exciting, I guess, unique experiences you've had?
Yeah, it's so funny. It's like picking a favorite child, as someone would say, which you really can't. So I kind of almost stay in the present, and some of the things that we're working on right now that has me really excited. Recently, we just uploaded a great interview that I did with Nile Rodgers, right? We've got a great interview coming up in a couple of weeks with Macy Gray. Got some stuff with Papa Roach in the pipeline. We've got some great things happening with some nostalgia shows coming into the network involving the 80s. So if you're into flashback, television, keep your finger on the pulse over at Access TV. We have a lot happening.
Very exciting. So thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much. Have a good time, all right? Are you staying for the show?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay, cool.
Super excited. You're feeling on the show and everything tonight?
Well, we just met yesterday, so we kind of rushed through everything, and it's just, at this point you let go. We're all professionals. You pray it's just going to somehow come together, and we're going to try to make it fun. And we're jumping on stage and we're jamming. We're going to see what happens.
Exciting. And of course, this award comes at the same time as the 25th anniversary of Bitch, of course. Amazing, iconic song. And I wonder if you could just talk about the kind of longevity of that song.
Well, it's funny. I didn't really realize that it was the 25th anniversary because it just has always been. It's never gone away. It's always there. And it's like launching a child. Once it's grown up and gone on with its own life, it still has its own life. And I'm really feel blessed, and I love it to this day, and we're having fun with it. We're releasing all sorts of fun things. You can go on to meredithbrooks.com and check that out as we go with it. We have an EP coming out, I believe, in the next week or two for Pride. It's an EP that's based around the 25th anniversary of Blurring the Edges and Bitch, of course, and through Universal. So that's what I know so far. This one over here knows a lot more about what's going on than I do, but I'm trying to keep up.
Awesome. Good stuff. Well, thank you for your time tonight, and congratulations.
Okay, thank you.
All right, here with Carmen Vandenberg at the 10th Annual She Rocks Awards, where you're an honoree tonight. How are you feeling?
Good, excited, nervous, all of it.
So I do want to talk to you real quick about Bones UK. Of course, you girls are making quite a name for yourselves. Great rock and roll, and very modern and very important messages that you're throwing out there as well. So I'd like to know, what do you want the biggest takeaway, like the biggest message that somebody to take away from listening to Bones UK?
I think the biggest takeaway that you can take from Bones UK, and Rosie especially being the lyricist, the message that we try and convey is that just be true to yourself, no matter your imperfections or just like everybody's so unique in who they are, and to be true to yourself and believe in your passions and just to not give up and do what makes you happy. Life's short, so we might as well just do what makes us happy.
That's an awesome message. And we're here in Anaheim around NAMM time, and of course NAMM time is a lot of gear talk comes up, and you have signature amp with Black Star. So I'd just like to talk to you about that real quick.
Yeah, I mean, the CV30 came out a year or two ago, and now the CV10 is coming out tomorrow, I think, at NAMM. And yeah, again, that's just another whirlwind of an experience. I never thought that was going to happen, and it did. And I hope that my amp can inspire other young girls, young boys, anybody, non-binary people around the world to pick up a guitar and play.
Awesome. Thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Magnitude here with Yvette Young at the She Rocks Awards. Of course, this is an awesome night, 10th anniversary of the event, and you are an honoree tonight. So how are you feeling?
This is all really surreal. I came here the last 5 years just as like an attendee, and I just never would have expected to be able to do that. I remember thinking, like, the first time I came, I was like, wow, I'd be so nervous up there if I had to play, and then here I am doing the thing. So I think it's really special because I think there's been a lot of progress. It's great to celebrate all the badass women who've paved the way for me to be able to do my thing and not have it be like this crazy, outlandish thing in my field. And yeah, I'm just really happy to be here to represent.
You have such an interesting music style because you don't really stick to any one genre, and I feel like you're very experimental in that way. So what inspires you? Where do you draw that experimentation from?
So I actually went to school for visual art initially, and before I did any of this, I was an art teacher. So I think a lot of the music that I write ends up being like painting with sound or sonic storytelling. Ultimately, I really like to channel emotion in what I play, and it's all about the melody. It's all about how I color it in with effects. And I'm a huge advocate for just like songwriting and creating art in general as therapy. I think it can be really healing because it definitely saved my life. So when I write a song, it kind of still feels like just doing it for me. You know, it's like kind of selfish.
That's okay though, because even doing that, you're drawing from an emotion or something that somebody else can always find something to relate to. So I commend you on that.
Thank you. Yeah.
Can you just tell us what you have going on right now? Any current projects or upcoming?
So I'm on tour right now. I actually flew in this morning from Wisconsin. And then tomorrow I'm going to fly to Denver early morning to play a show. I'm going to finish out the show at El Rey, which I'm really excited about. I grew up going to that venue. And then, yeah, we have a record coming out. I'm going to be playing a song off of that record called Firebird. And, yeah, just doing a bunch of camps. I think I'm teaching an Andy McKee camp and then a Steve Vai camp this summer. So a lot of educational things going on.
That teaching background, so that makes perfect sense. All right, good stuff. Well, keep it up. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, so we're here at the 10th annual She Rocks Awards with Mindi Abair. How are you feeling tonight about being a part of this event?
I am loving every second, and the red carpet is just like the fun before the actual event. So if this is this fun, the actual event is going to be amazing.
Absolutely, and this is not the first time you've been to She Rocks Awards, so this is making a return tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. They gave me the Mad Skills Award a few years ago now, and I had such a good time being there with all these amazing women. I mean, these women that come to this, it's really become a really nice family. And so every year I find a way to be a part of it in some way. This year, obviously, co-hosting and playing a little bit. But I love the family it's become. I love, that we get to celebrate each other, and it doesn't happen enough. So as much as it can happen, I'm going to be here.
Absolutely, and me too. I'm with you on that. Right. Absolutely. Who were some of your biggest inspirations for music?
You know what? I grew up in a musical family. My dad played sax, and I totally copied him. He looked like he was having a blast. He would be out there on stage shimmying and shaking and walking the bar. He was that guy. And so I took it and went way too far with it, which I love it. But my grandmother was an opera singer. I was all over the map. So, obviously I went on to a really varied career playing with different people and having my own records. But I love that. I love that it doesn't matter what kind of music you play. You're out there to express yourself and have a good time. And so, yeah, I wanted to be Tina Turner. I couldn't sing like her, but on a saxophone, I could scream like her. So, sometimes you got to go after what you want just in a little different way.
The overlying message there is be yourself, do your thing.
Be yourself, yeah. Admire other people, but find your way.
Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
I'm here with Laura Whitmore at the She Rocks Awards 10th annual event. Super exciting. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling stoked. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling excited. This is actually my first time at the She Rocks Awards, so I'm also stoked.
You are in for a treat. It's going to be a super inspiring, fantastic evening. And it goes by too fast. Like a minute from now, it's going to be over and I'm going to be sad. No, it'll be great. Yeah.
That says, about how much planning goes into it, and then it's over in the blink of an eye, right?
Yeah. I mean, we've been planning it for about 6 months. Like, usually it takes longer, but we had to change it from January till now, so we kind of had to start over. But we're here, and it's going to be awesome.
Well, speaking of starting over, I'm curious what the original inspiration and drive to create the She Rocks Awards was.
Yeah, I was actually writing a blog for Guitar World magazine called Guitar Girled, and I started talking to all these women in music and realizing like they didn't know each other and they didn't know what other women were doing, and I said, you know what, we need something to bring everybody together and just shine a spotlight on all these fantastic female role models, and that kind of was the inkling that started the She Rocks Awards. It started as a breakfast the first year, so here we are tonight, like at the fabulous new venue, and I'm really excited to bring everybody together.
Awesome. Yeah, it must be awesome to see it grow gradually. I'm sure it's getting bigger and bigger each year.
It is. It's been sort of an organic thing that has just grown into a really amazing focal point for, inspiring women in the music industry. So, yeah.
Well, it's a good inspiration and good goal. So I'm looking forward to seeing you tonight.
Thanks.
Thanks so much for your time. The amazing Leslie Gaston-Bird, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thanks so much.
Of course, you are an honoree tonight, so how are you feeling just about this whole experience?
This experience is amazing. I mean, being on the red carpet with amazing EveAnna Manley, to be invited by Bonnie Gallanter to experience the Women's International Music Network event that I've been following for 10 years, remembering that Terry Winston and Carrie Kais were past honorees. I'm floored, absolutely floored to be here. It's a great honor.
Now, you've done so much for women in the music and audio industries that I hardly know where to begin, but a current recent venture for you is the immersive and inclusive audio. So can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's been research done, Kat Young at University of York, Amandine Pra at the University of Lethbridge, Kai Brooks, and all of these messages and all this data is coming together to paint a picture of a dearth of women in the immersive audio space. Also, when I go to conventions, conferences, trade shows, and we have immersive audio panels, it's usually the same cast of characters who are walking us through the technology, and there aren't many women and there aren't many people of color. So immersive and inclusive means let's think about spatial audio and getting women involved, getting minorities involved, and making sure that when we're using this new technology, we're being inclusive.
And of course, before this, you had also been with the Audio Engineering Society, and you championed the diversity and inclusion program there as well. So talk a little bit about that experience and just kind of planning and going into that.
Oh yeah, so that was, it was an amazing thing to get started because it's women like Terry Winston of Women's Audio Mission, Carrie Kais of Sound Girls, who are starting these initiatives, who are doing the work that some of the larger societies, whether it's Audio Engineering Society, Acoustical Society of America, SMPTE. When you look at the presence and advocacy for women and minorities in those spaces, you see that it is missing. And women-focused and minority-focused groups are doing an amazing job of including people. And other organizations are behind the curve, so we want to bring them up to speed. And so having a diversity and inclusion initiative, we're not trying to take the place of minority and women-owned organizations, but I think we're trying to empower and learn and build and make sure that, okay, we're behind, but we're going to catch up.
What advice would you give to women looking to get into audio now?
Just get into it, just don't let anything stop you. I think one of the things we have to balance is all of this talk about masculine toxicity and the environment can be off-putting, and people are like, oh, if the environment's so bad, maybe I shouldn't go it, but I don't think that's what we're trying to do, really. We're just trying to say, yes, it's a problem, but you belong here. So come in and be a part, and if you feel better being part of a women's or minority-only organization, you can do that. Or if you want to jump in and just be an audio engineer, because that's I don't want to be a person of color who is an audio engineer. I want to be an audio engineer. So I think the message we need to give to women and people of color is just you're welcome here. Come in and do good work, and let's make some great music.
Wonderful messages. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you very much.
Very nice meeting you. Rocks Awards here with Sherri Chung. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. I feel very humbled. I'm like, sometimes I feel like it's a mistake. Should I be up here as well? But it's really it's awesome. I've met almost everybody, and they're just fantastic. So
now, of course, you come from the film and TV scoring side of things, which is very unique because it's never just one genre or one style. I feel like you always have to adapt and experiment. So how has that lifestyle been for you?
I love it. It actually suits me very well. I am inspired by a good story. I'm inspired by visuals. So it's amazing to be able to use the music to tell stories in that way. And every time I see something different, whether it's horror or animation or drama or comedy, it's to me, it's all about the music and telling that story. And I love it.
Now, you recently, besides being an honoree tonight, you were recently elected a special position as well, governor of the music branch of the Television Academy. So just talk to me about that experience.
It's honestly, as you said, it's an elected position, so I feel really super honored that the peers of the music group and the music branch have asked me to represent them, so I will do my best and try and be their voice.
So can you just kind of wrap things up by letting us know about what current and upcoming projects you have going on?
Yes, one of my favorite projects, I have a few, I'm very, very fortunate, but one of my favorite is working on the show called Kung Fu, which is on CW. It's a fantastic show, and then I have another upcoming animated series called Gremlins, Secrets of the Mogwai, which is a prequel to the Gremlins movies, and which I think fans are really, really going to love, kids and nostalgic adults alike, and then I do have a film also coming out on Netflix called Happiness for Beginners.
Lots of good stuff going on, I love it. And thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it.
Arts, and you are an honoree tonight, so congratulations on that. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm going to rock. Thank you. I'm so surprised and so honored to be here tonight. Thank you so much.
No, awesome. It's a very exciting event, and it's cool that you've been rocking the music scene from behind the scenes for quite a while now with Manley Labs. And it's interesting because you work in audio technology, and I'm curious, was it music or technology that inspired you first?
Oh, definitely music. I was studying music in college, and I got a lead to come out to California and seek my future career in the music business, and I found my calling in manufacturing electronics.
Can you tell us a little bit about Manley Labs and what's currently going on, any current ventures or upcoming projects?
Well, I can't tell you all the future things because some of those are secret, but we've been manufacturing vacuum tube electronics for the pro studio community and the audiophile world, and I sell my products all over the world, and I've been doing this literally for 33 and a third years. A long time. But yeah, we make all the electronics at our factory here in Chino, California. That's Chino, not China. So we're very proud to be an American manufacturer of audio electronics.
And local to California as well, which is awesome. That's cool. So to wrap it up, any advice to young women looking to get into the audio technology scene?
Oh, for sure. You know, music is inherently geeky and scientific and mathematical. And, you know, not all of us are great musicians, so there's definitely a place behind the scenes for organized geeky chicks.
Good. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you.
Here with Julie Robbins at the 10th Annual She Rocks Awards, and you are an honoree tonight, so congrats on that. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling awesome. Thank you so much.
What was your very first inspiration that drove you towards the music industry?
I've always been like a very supportive role to musicians. I think it's my analytical brain and administrative acumen really benefits the artistic types. So I can always see where there's a need that needs to be filled and step up to the challenge.
Can you tell us a little more about Earthquaker Devices and what makes the brand so notable?
Oh, well, Earthquaker Devices, we make all of our pedals in Akron, Ohio. We have a line of over 40 pedals. We like to call them extra special effects. We have everything from some really unique and wild effects like the Rainbow Machine to effects that are accessible to pretty much all guitarists, like our latest release, the Special Cranker. So we employ over 50 people at our headquarters in Akron, Ohio, and it's an awesome company, yeah.
Are you going to be a part of NAMM this year?
We are just visiting. We're not exhibiting this year, but looking forward to seeing everyone in person tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. And, of course, looking forward to this event tonight. This is going to be great.
Yes, so fun. Yes.
Thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you.
Awards with Kerry Fiero. How are you feeling today?
I am so excited to be here. This is fabulous. There's so many incredible women I keep seeing everywhere. I'm looking forward to hearing the music and being a part of it.
Been working many sides of the music industry, you know, kind of done a little bit of everything, the management, the marketing, the booking, all that kind of stuff. What advice would you give to women looking to get into the music industry now?
Working hard, being professional, those are the two biggest things that will just keep helping you advance your career.
What do you, besides, of course, being an honoree yourself, which congratulations on that, what are you most excited to see in here tonight?
Oh, I'm just so excited to be in this energy that I can already feel it, just to be in this celebration of successful and talented women in the music industry. So I'm feeling the vibe.
Definitely good vibes all around. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
You got it all set up.
Yes, exactly. You're one woman show right now.
Yes,
so
yes.
Exactly.
I have a song lyric, One Woman Riot. So you are being a one woman riot right now.
Perfect. I'm here for it. Yep. And we're here, of course, for the 10th Annual She Rocks Awards, where you're an honoree tonight, MILCK. So how are you feeling just overall about the whole energy of the evening?
I feel so grateful. And I feel proud. Ever since I was like an aspiring musician, I would get their emails and updates and see all the women getting honored. And I thought, oh, maybe 1 year I could do this. So it's a nice moment to think that things are possible and to see it happen. Yeah.
Now, you are not shy about using your music as a form of, activism, speaking out, giving a voice to those who maybe don't have one. And I'm curious what really first drove you and empowered you in that direction.
There's a spiritual leader, late spiritual leader, Thich Nhat Hanh,
And he says that one of the best ways that we can love is to pay attention. It's like one of the most powerful things. And I think I just pay attention, and I can't help but write about the things I see. So it's not, it's actually not a choice. It's just me reacting to the world around me.
And so if I could just ask you to talk about your current and upcoming projects right now.
Absolutely. I'm working on a song called We Won't Go Back. It's actually a sampling of a video I took during the protest in front of the Supreme Court after we heard about the Politico leak of the Roe v. Wade legislation. And so I'm using a sample of the protest, and I've created a song, and we have Ani DeFranco on it and another amazing artist, Bianco, on it. And I've invited fans to contribute lyrics. So I'm actually like teaching one of my fans how to like set up her own publishing company, because she's now a songwriter and has written some lyrics with me. So We Won't Go Back is going to be that song, and we're going to be helping to give proceeds to the abortion funds. And so I'm really excited about that one because it's like super communal and collaborative.
Inspiring new songwriters along the way.
Yes, absolutely. She's really good. So yeah, it's fun to discover that talent online.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. Congrats on your award.
Thank you. Thank you. So nice to meet you. One Woman Riot.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you. Okay, so tell us about what you're going to be doing tonight at this show.
Yeah, so tonight we're actually the house band, so we're performing some backup for everyone. We're going to be playing some of our songs from our debut album. And we have, I like to say we have like the best seat in the whole house. We're like right on stage. We're going to be watching everybody jamming out. So yeah, we're really excited.
We get the best view in the house.
I hate to
we
brag,
couldn't sell those tickets. We're bragging. We're stoked.
Of course, I mean, you're seeing the action firsthand, so I can't blame you. That's awesome. So I heard you mentioning before that you are pretty big on TikTok, actually, and I feel like that's really relevant because so many newer up-and-coming artists, like that seems to be the way to really get attention these days for your music. So I mean, just kind of that experience, how that's been.
Well, we're in Canada, so Instagram, social media, TikTok, all of it has really helped us just reach like other people that in LA or at various different parts of the world. So we released our debut album with Universal Records and Republic over the pandemic, so during lockdown. So social media was like an integral part of reaching people when we were on our couch.
Yeah, literally. But honestly, TikTok has been fun. Like to say you're a
We're
little
not
better
good
at
at dancing though. We
no,
don't do
you're a little better at it than
dancing.
I am. But we're learning. We're having fun with it. So it's a fun way to like share your music to a totally new audience. So yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Of course, tonight is all about, honoring women in music and, people who have been inspirations to others. Who have been some of your biggest inspirations?
Oh man, there's so many. Like over the years, like Shirley Manson, we actually met her at one of the earlier She Rocks shows, and she's been so amazing and supportive. She's a big inspiration. I think she's just so badass. Like I feel like it's all the women that I've met at the She Rocks Awards and just over the years who sort of, they become like a mentor to you, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
And obviously Meredith Brooks is performing tonight. So I mean, like that song "Bitch" is just like such a great iconic message for everything that stands for today, like being yourself, standing up for women, and being what you want to be. And I'm pretty stoked about that.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you so much. We're excited. Yeah, we'll see you.
Hello, everybody.
We got Janet Robin here today at the 10th Annual She Rocks Awards. How are you feeling tonight?
Oh, I'm amped up, man. Playing in front of a live audience. Yeah.
It's been a while for that.
It's been a while, and what better, event to do it at, right? I mean, 10th anniversary for She Rocks and 25-year anniversary of the iconic song "Bitch." And, I played with Meredith many years ago, and when she was, chosen to be honored, she called me and said, "You got to be in my band. You got to play with me." And I was like, "I'm there, girl. I'm there. Let's do it." So I'm so, grateful to be here and to honor her in the song and just to play guitar finally in front of live people.
It's a long time coming for performances, so I think everybody's got great energy buzzing around here tonight.
Oh yeah, it's a great group of performers tonight and honorees, and it's just really great that we have this kind of event. Women need to be more, we need to be honored more, don't we? and shown, and shown of all of our capabilities that we have and everything, just so we can be inspirations for other younger women and girls and all of that,
Absolutely. And speaking of that, can you let us know what current or upcoming projects and music you've got going on?
Yeah, I've been working a lot with my guitar trio on the String Revolution, and we're working on some new material. But we've got a few shows coming up on private house concerts. But you can find out about them on our Instagram, the String Revolution. And then you can find out what I'm doing on Janet Robin Music on Instagram. I'm working on a blues recording. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing.
Sounds good. It's great stuff to look forward to. Thanks for your time today.
Great to see you. Thanks.
So tell us about what you're going to be doing at the event tonight.
So I'm going to be singing the Dionne Warwick tribute with Heather Youmans, and Mindi Abair is going to play sax. So I'm super excited about that.
Was this your first time at the She Rocks Awards?
No, I was actually honored with a She Rocks Award last year, which was super surprising and very, very cool. And I've sung at, I think, 3 or 4 of them.
Awesome. Well, welcome back in that case then.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So besides, of course, the wonderful tribute that you're going to be doing with Heather, what else are you looking forward to seeing tonight here at the event?
Oh, I can't wait to see all the speeches because everybody gets like teared up, and I love that. I can't wait to see the band. The Command Sisters are incredible, and Tenille, I can't wait to see her open it up. So I'm just excited to see a great show.
Here with Christina Torres. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling great. Excited to be here.
Tell us about what you're going to be doing tonight for the award show.
So tonight I'll be part of the house band with the Command Sisters, who you probably met earlier. So they're putting a little different flair, bringing live percussion into their set. And they're just, we're doing a lot of the interlude music, and then we'll be doing a tribute to Dionne Warwick. So you'll hear that a little later.
Awesome. Yes, I've been hearing a lot about this tribute and stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Exciting, and then just great musicians to back it all up. So it's going to be amazing, I think.
Have you been to the She Rocks Awards before?
I have not. I've been at NAMM multiple years when it's been happening, but I never made it here, so I'm glad to be here this time.
Well, welcome in that case. It's my first time too, so it's going to be fun. Absolutely. Are you doing NAMM this year too?
I am. So I'll be there starting tomorrow. Yeah, we'll be there. So I'm excited about that too. Been a couple of years since we all been here, so.
Yeah, it's about time everyone gets back out here, right?
All right. Well, thank you for taking the time, and enjoy the show.
Thank you.
All right, thanks so much.
So here with Heather Youmans of the She Rocks Awards. You are one of the performers tonight, so tell us about what you're going to be doing tonight.
I am so honored to be able to sing in a Dionne Warwick medley of some of her most iconic songs of all time. I Say a Little Prayer, That's What Friends Are For. When I got that call, it was at 7 a.m. that I was going to be able to honor her in this way. I was just so shocked. I was pinching myself because I have so much respect for her. She's one of the most incredible vocalists of all time. I think her work is incredible, and to be able to do this for her and to celebrate all these awesome women in music all in one place is such a treat.
Is this your first time at the She Rocks Awards?
This is my first time.
Me too, so we're in for a treat tonight then.
Yeah, it's going to be so good. I heard some people performing at Soundcheck, and the performances are out of this world.
Tell us a little bit more about you and your music.
So I'm a singer-songwriter and actress. People might know me if they watch I Can See Your Voice on Fox. I was on season 1, the inaugural season of that. And I sang and I tap danced to Youngblood by 5 Seconds of Summer. That's like my quirky other talent. But I've released original music. People can find it on Spotify. My most recent single is called Worth It, and it's about how great love isn't easy, but it's completely worth it. I've been married to my husband for 7 years. He's the most amazing man. He's a guitar player. We met playing music together. So I definitely encourage people to go listen to that. I'm working on an EP. It's kind of like along the lines of and I'm going to put that out either late this year or early next year. And a lot of the songs are about women's topics. I wrote a song called Less of a Woman that's about women that maybe can't have kids, or women that don't want kids but they get asked when are they having kids. And does it make me any less of a woman to not want that? So topics like that. I wrote a song called All the Advice I Didn't Ask For. It's about mother-daughter relationships through generations, and it's the most vulnerable I've ever made myself in my original music, and I seriously can't wait to share this with everybody. But if people want to find me, that's on Instagram at Heather Youmans, or on TikTok at Heather_Youmans. I'm all about TikTok. I post all the crazy delay videos. I sing a lot of national anthems, and I found a lot of people on the platform by helping singers learn how to sing with delay in arenas. Yeah.
Good stuff all around. Well, congrats on all your new music, upcoming projects. Looking forward to hearing it, and break a leg up there tonight.
Thanks. I just have so much gratitude here for Dionne and all of these incredible women. What a way to honor them.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Here at the 10th Annual She Rocks Award with Tenille Arts, and you're going to be performing tonight. And how are you feeling about the evening?
I'm feeling great. I'm kicking off the show tonight, so hopefully the nerves don't take over. I'm just excited to be here and hanging out with everybody.
Can you talk a little bit about your music and how you first got started, and just some of the messages behind what you have to say?
Yeah, so I'm a country artist, so bringing a little bit of country to the show tonight. I'm originally from a small town in Canada, Weyburn, Saskatchewan, and moved to Nashville 7 years ago, and I've just been writing and recording for a while, and so my music is very vulnerable and open, just like you would expect country music to be, and I'm always just sharing my story and my friends and family stories, and that's really the heart of country music, is the storytelling. So I just try to be myself, and just like everybody else in every other genre, you just want to try to share your story and hope people can relate.
What are you most looking forward to seeing in there tonight?
Oh my God, everybody. I'm so out of my element. It's awesome. I love just like being that one country artist, in there, and just getting to see all of these incredible women. I'm just excited to celebrate everybody.
Thanks for your time today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
10th Annual She Rocks Awards with Shira.
I'm doing great. Just here to support She Rocks Awards and the Women's International Music Network.
Absolutely. So tell us about your band and your projects and what you do.
So I am lead singer of the band Shira Girl, all-female band, and our latest single is Antisocial Media. But we also have a collective of women in the music industry called Gritty and Pink, and we produce all-female jams with all-female musicians, as well as we just launched a new marketplace called In Pink for women working in all aspects of the music industry. So our mission is to achieve gender equity and equality in the music industry, and so we feel at the end of the day, what do women need? Get hired and get paid. So at inpink.com, you can hire from a diverse community of female creators and professionals.
It's awesome. It sounds like a great initiative, and definitely has a place here tonight at the She Rocks Awards, too.
Thank you so much. Yes.
What are you excited to see in here tonight?
Well, I'm really excited, first of all, just to be here for the 10th anniversary. It's an honor. Thank you, She Rocks Awards. Also, I have to shout out Guitar Girl Magazine. We're repping them tonight. And we work a lot with Guitar Girl Magazine and the Women's International Music Network. And they have always supported Shira Girl and Gritty and Pink, so happy to support them. I'm really excited to see Meredith Brooks tonight. 25th anniversary of Bitch. Love that song. So I'm going to be rocking out to that for sure. And shout out to Jennifer Oberle. She's one of our Gritty girls, and she's performing with Meredith tonight.
Thanks for your time tonight. It's going to be a fun time.
Thank you so much. I can't wait.
I'm so excited to be here. I mean, I think it just occurred to me how important this is and how full circle it's been for me to be here.
So you've been to the She Rocks Awards before then?
Actually, this is my first She Rocks Awards event, but this is also, performing with Meredith is a huge honor. And I was just talking to the other people that 25 years ago, there weren't women in bands. And it got to the point where, I think in like the 90s, all of a sudden all these women were singing hit songs. So then I remember back in Brooklyn, back in the old days.
I'm a New Yorker too.
Oh, are you? Oh, great. What part?
I'm from Long Island.
Oh, Long Island. What part?
Suffolk County.
Okay, awesome. Sister in Long Beach and Manhasset. But yeah, I'm a Brooklyn girl by heart. So, back in the day, they were like all men band, all boys. It was such a boys club. So then they were like, oh, wait a minute. The bar wants us to have girl singers and we need to, play the hits. So they were like, okay, we need a girl. So then, that's how I started in bands. It was just so random. And to think 25 years later, I'm still doing this, it's just incredible. It's surreal. What an honor.
An award show honoring women in music specifically, so it's awesome.
I know. I just feel it's been so, I don't know, the past couple of years have been wonderful for women. They're finally getting a voice, we're finally having a voice, and they're fearless, It's like there's less of that anxiety about presenting yourself. It's like all about authenticity now, and I love it. I'm so inspired by the new generation of women out there. I really am. I just met Yvette Young, and I was just like, oh my God, thank you for representing. So
I agree. There's a lot of great stuff happening, women in rock and in music in general. So thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. It was really nice to meet you. Enjoy the show.